That includes human invention and which technology is part. My name is Reverend Father Martin Anusi. For those who don't understand the word, is written Anusi with a dot on the end to give that diction of Anusi. Okay, I'm a priest of Oka Diocese. Presently, I am the parish priest of St. Michael, the Archangel Catholic Church, Neni, in Anocha local government area of Anambra State. And I am currently also the national advisor to the Catholic Bishops' Conference, that is national media advisor to the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, CBCN. We are three in Nigeria. I cover the entire southeast, while a colleague of mine covers the entire north, and the Reverend Sister covers the entire western Nigeria. So that's what we're doing at the moment. And it is very interesting to look at the world communication that in Nigeria has assumed this dimension of communication week, the one we usually describe with a sigla, Com Week. And this year, the Pope talks about artificial intelligence. What has been in existence for some years now, but has taken a new dimension recently because of the evolving potentiality that comes with it. And the Nigerian church has divided that into various segments. And of course, we all remember the theme of the Pope's letter is artificial intelligence and the wisdom of the heart, towards a fully human communication. That is very important. And I'm asked to talk about Magisterium AI. First of all, I think we have to understand what AI means in a simple man's language. It is about machines, especially computer and computer-related machines, endowed, mark my words, endowed with intellectual processes and output. It is very important. Because we have robots. Robots could serve food, could open windows, could do a lot of things. So this is about, so that word, it is endowed with intellectual processes and output. What does it mean? It means that this intelligence, just as the name, even though it is artificial, but the effort is to make it to process information, process data, just like the human mind, just like the human intelligence, and then give an output, just as any human mind can analyze a thing and gives you a conclusion, can organize data and write a thesis about it, and so forth and so on. So that's the key factor in artificial intelligence. I want just to give you the summary of the four parts of the Pope's message, then I will hit my topic for the day. If you look at the Pope's message, after the usual introduction, the Pope said something. He divided his message into four. So the first thing was what he called starting with the human heart. Why is that important? Everything about technology, everything about artificial intelligence, in the wisdom of the Pope, and I agree with him, has to begin with the intention of the inventor, the intention of the creator, the intentionality. That's the human heart. Because it will help us to understand the factors that come after that. And then it is there that the Pope poses this important question. Well, I wouldn't call it a question. I think he pulled up one great scholar called Romano Guardini. What he said, do not reject new things because you want to defend the beauty, what you consider as the beauty of what you have at the moment. And he reminds us, even the beauty of what we have at the moment is passing away. So that is the spirit that guides us as we enter into the world of evolving technology. And so when the Pope poses that important wisdom of Romano Guardini, then he presented to us the two sides of artificial intelligence, the opportunities that artificial intelligence, AI, offer, and then the dangers that are inherent in AI. So in the summary, what do these four parts tell us? That AI has opportunities and AI has inherent dangers with it. And that will bring me to my topic, the sixth day. We are discussing Magisterium Ai. What is Magisterium Ai? Let me give a preface to it. There's always a danger we see when any new thing comes out, especially in the digital world today. There's a risk. The risk is that we can so focus on the dangers and we lose the great values of the opportunities. And that's what I would like us to avoid. And that's what Magisterium AI helps us to do. The world is talking, oh, look at ChatGPT, look at Google Bard. People were shouting, oh, how can a student just tell the AI to write me an essay about the dangers of alcoholism in young people? And space of seconds, everything is done. And we accuse AI of making people not to be critical in thinking, not to develop originalities. But I think we are taking it the wrong way. Every human invention, every human creation has always these two sides to it, opportunities and dangers. I will give you a very simple, practical example. Friendship. People have been betrayed by their best friends. Because of that, we say, we remove friendship from human life. Then that will be the end of our humanity. Vehicles. How many accidents? If I give you the statistics of people who die in accidents every weekend, then you will wish that we throw vehicles overboard. But we can't do that. How many people die flying an aeroplane in a year around the world? We throw away aeroplane? No. And so the wisdom of Romano Guardini is where we have to hint. He said, we look at the new and then emphasize as much as we can the positive. Because the psychology of human existence is this. The psychology is that the moment you continue to enforce and reinforce the positive, what happens is that you reduce as much as possible the negative. Of course, you can never remove negatives in their entirety. It's not even possible. And so what do we say here? You enforce and reinforce the positive, the opportunity, and then the negative, the dangers will gradually begin to dwindle by themselves. They will never get at zero, but they keep dwindling. And that's where magisterium intelligence comes in. Matthew Sanders, that's the name of the founder of it's called the company that created Magisterium Artificial Intelligence. It's called Longbird. It's a US based company, Longbird. And he created this Magisterium AI. Why? It has one simple characteristic, and that's what we're expecting the church to do at this moment in time. Instead of saying, oh, what is artificial intelligence? Oh, it has destroyed everything, it makes us. Sanders and his team did something that is very interesting. They said, we want to create artificial intelligence that has a restricted focus, and that focus is the magisterium of the church. In other words, what is the magisterium of the church? The teaching authority of the church. It covers the church's theology, the church's philosophy, the church's code of canon law, the church's catechism, and so forth and so on. That's why the name Magisterium. Okay, so it's an AI that focuses. And what is it? If I open it on my phone now, just ask it any question. Ask it, what is Magisterium? In a fraction of seconds, it analyzes and gives it to you. Who is the Pope? Ask any theological question. And what does Sanders, or what do Sanders and his team did? They first of all wanted to move the entire data of the library of Pontifical Oriental Institute in Rome. That's where they began. And they're working towards, imagine what it means to digitize. I hope you know the difference between digitalization and digital. To digitize the entire library of all pontifical universities into the AI. It will be enormous. It will be massive. It will be impressive. It will be awesome, as Americans will say. And so they began with Pontifical Oriental Institute. They said, we convert the entire library, digitize it into the AI, and gradually, and as at August last year, I remember very vividly clear. I was in US as of August last year. They were uploading 20 data per day. That's what they were doing. And they had the plan that they will improve it. And that's what led them to move into teaming up with MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in US. It's a software US company. So that the services of AI will keep improving. Why is it important that the church will toe that line? This is the great advantage of Magisterium Ai. There's no fake news there. There's no false information. So why? Because it's restricted. It's not like ChatGTP. It's not like Google Bard, where it is open to the entire universe. This is a restricted AI magisterium. The focus is on magisterium. And that's what we're expecting the church to do, so that the church will say, can we focus on this thing? Can we focus on that aspect? And so when they did that, and one of the beautiful things they did was that it wasn't just a software company creating an artificial intelligence. They got the right people involved. I remember Father Michael Bagot. Father Michael Bagot is a professor of bioethics. It's just about people who always ask the question of ethics when it comes to AI. He's a professor of bioethics at Pontifical Athenaeum Regina Apostolorum in Rome. It's a university. Simply means the Pontifical Queen of Apostles. It was a university owned by legionaries of Christ. And so, he's a professor of bioethics. He was one of the collaborators. And it's not just about priests. They got also learned lay people. Andreas Widmer was a former member of Swiss Guard. Those people you see in Vatican wearing they are, so to say, the Vatican police. And today he is running a center. He's a director of a center in the Catholic University of America. These are collaborators. And so these people came together to work on this Magisterium AI. And this is where we have the advantage. This is where the church comes in. This is where the church can help us when it comes to artificial intelligence. The only thing I would like to say is that the approach that some sections of the church are giving to AI is not the best. What that approach? You see it from the negative. You see it from the disadvantages. You see it from the danger that accrue from that. But if you look at it with the eyes and the wisdom of Sanders and his team, I think the church is supposed to be a leader. Why do I say that? Pope Paul VI, so many years ago, precisely 1967, and he repeated that in the 70s, when he talked about communication. He calls it God's greatest gift to humanity. And he warned that the church will be held responsible if we didn't cash in on this greatest gift to humanity. And that's what I think those who are the inventors and creators of Magisterium AI did for the church. My belief, my expectation, my looking forward is that the church around the world will toe the same line. Because AI needs to be evangelized. If you don't evangelize it, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, every riffraff will jump into it. And what do we get from it? You get the kind of thing that you have in social media today. So that's what Magisterium AI means. Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's 100%. There are criticisms. For instance, as a priest, I just key into my Magisterium AI. I said, I need a homily of the Pentecost. Yeah, that's coming 19th of this month. I need a homily of the Ascension Thursday. It gives me the homily. But for me, it is the same criticisms that I could give to a textbook. If I go to pick up textbooks on homilies, Sunday homilies, solemnities, and so on and so on, there is somebody, a human being, who wrote a homily, his own reflection about ascension, his own reflection about the Pentecost. It would be stupid on my own part. It would be inappropriate on my own part to just go and copy those homilies and go to the church and pour it out to people. What we normally do is you read. When you read somebody's reflection, it inspires you, it opens your mind to look at it from various perspectives, and then you make it your own. You customize, to use the language of technology today. You customize it and make it yours. So I see AI in the same way I see textbook. One of the critics say, well, AI can give you knowledge, it doesn't give you faith. Even books can give you faith. Books give you knowledge. You read the book, you internalize it, you try to leave the message out, then you can acquire faith. But mere reading a book doesn't give faith, not even the Bible. If reading the Bible just gives faith, then everybody would have been faithful. People think about also about the dangers of falsification of information. And I said the same thing. I have always said that. Everything that human beings created could be falsified. Everything that human beings created could be manipulated. Everything that human beings invented could be abused. Everything. Name them. Not only in technology, but in the entire spectrum of life. Thank you.